Okay, welcome to Shadow Striker TV, and today we are talking about the most awesome genre in music, doom metal. It's a pleasure to have Mikko from Cardinals Folly as guest.
Oh, it's nice to be here.
Uh, s- so you have a new album coming up called Let the Bosses Fall.
Indeed, it's actually I just heard the release date. I can probably say it because when this comes out, it's public anyway. It's gonna be October 9 officially through Cruz del Sur Music.
Aha, okay. And uh, but their releases have been like little bit hard to get in Finland, but this time it will be available.
Actually, for what I've seen, no, because we put out a split through them in 2019, the Lucifer's Fall, and even that was in all level packs.
Okay, okay.
So, for what I've seen, they're easy to get.
Because is it Mausoleum Gate released under the same?
You could, I don't remember, but they totally fit there, so maybe you're right.
I think
they have so many releases like that.
Because the latest album, it's been hard to find it from any Finnish distributors because it's
maybe it's sold out.
Well, let's find out. But anyway, your album will be available to everybody who wants it, at least for when it's released.
Well, that's what we're hoping.
And you've been already playing live the title track, and I could say it's quite it has formed into somewhat of an anthem already.
Yeah, actually, we've been playing it for probably longer than we planned, but this is what we always do. And I guess it's just too hard. If I'm honest, I think the reason is just that it's too hard to resist not doing it. When creating an album in the end as a process from the scratch takes years. You know from the point when you jam.
You
the
have
riffs,
a vision, or
I mean, from the point when you jam the riffs at a rehearsals place to the point when you got the fucking vinyl in your hand, it's gonna usually take years. So this is why, plus also, this is why we end up doing it, but it's also that you want to test the songs live. You want to see some reactions.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and yeah. So you just recently played at Finnish Heavy Metal Maniacs. How was the experience? Because myself, I was selling tickets, so I couldn't really this time focus so much.
Yeah, I remember you were actually sober.
Yeah, I was.
That's why I didn't recognize you at first. And you said that's because you're sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the best Helsinki shows ever. Like when you shout deranged pagan and they actually shout sons, you know, with masses, massively. Then you know you're in the right place.
Yeah. And for this kind of this capacity, which is like a little bit more than 100 maybe, so Lepakkomies is...
I think it's 170 the capacity, official.
Yeah, but maybe there was like 100 senior show or a little bit more. But anyway, anyway, but it's ideal for this kind of capacity that you are in the same energy. But sometimes it's a little bit too tight, or when you, as a spectator, when you want to see a band and it's just too tight, it seems like only the front row is seeing the band and the rest is like
I think
hearing but not seeing.
I think in Heavy Metal Maniacs in general, it was like the most people want to see everybody because the lineup was pretty good. But of course, the real fans come in front or interact more, while the people less interested give more space to them.
Yeah.
But that's ideal because the place is not that big.
Yeah. But in Helsinki, it's at the moment it seems like a little bit like limited amount of venues, or
they like come and go.
Yeah.
It's like now we have this thing. Oh, that didn't work out. Now there's this guy doing it. It's like the underground never dies, but it's definitely become more challenging. Like the whole fucking music industry.
Yeah. It goes in cycles. Like another day it might be more prominent to arrange gigs in Helsinki and so on. But okay, so you've been facing a little bit lineup changes recently. Like Joni and Juho have left the band who were for quite a lengthy time.
Well, Juho left like almost 2 years ago, or actually he announced his departure like half a year before the shows we had with Solstice.
Mm.
But he agreed to do the last European shows and that tour. And actually, we are planning a show for next autumn with his new band in his current hometown. So we're still friends and like having a good collaboration. It was just many years playing the same stuff. Like things had run their course, you know. And then he moved away, and we couldn't really come up with anything new. So
Yeah. Like Joensuu is far away from Helsinki, like northern Karelia.
well, I don't think it's the only reason.
Yeah.
It was like also 10 years in the same band is a long time. It's like you want to do different things, and I think we both wanted different things in the end. You know, like
Yeah.
I want to take Cardinals Folly onwards, and he just wants to do what he wants to do. Like he's very much into punk stuff.
Yeah. Well, and what I understood that there's somewhat evolving scene in Joensuu again, like in death metal and hardcore punk.
Considering the size of the town, it's quite significant. Like
Yeah.
lots of good bands come, like Cobra Force, Sadistic Drive, Maniac Abductor. Juho, actually, I just noticed today that Juho has some new crust heavy metal band called Antigon. That no, I didn't know about that. I think most people didn't.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very like, I mean, and also I think it's from Joensuu. It's also that, what's this death metal band from Joensuu that's quite international and big? My brain is
Not Axolotl. No, it's Lappeenranta.
no, Axe Slaughter is from up there. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about the. This is obvious.
Yeah.
I just
Well.
What is it?
So yeah.
They're gonna be pissed if they look.
I
watch
want
this
to
video.
blur out anything that I'm not sure of.
I'm just thinking about other things, so I can't put it in my mind right now. But this is a very. They're touring Europe all the time, but they're from Joensuu. Like Joensuu has a pretty good death metal punk scene.
Yeah,
For sure.
most likely, yeah. Like I have my knowledge in black metal and doom metal. Death metal is a little bit on the edge. Like I know some stuff, but I'm not a connoisseur of death metal.
Me neither, but it's just that you notice that death
should
metal
know.
is super popular.
Yeah.
Like there's these Helsinki Death Fests and all these events all the time. Like there's actually an overabundance
Yeah.
of death metal shows.
Yeah, but Joensuu in general in extreme metal is a little bit kind of a mystic wormhole in Finland. Like in the 90s there was a black metal band called Flauros.
Never heard.
Never heard from
I'm
Joensuu.
not a death metal maniac.
Black metal.
Oh.
Black metal band, like melodic black metal, a little bit like in the vein of Dissection.
Ooh, you're making it sound good.
Flowers, yeah. And then a little bit later, a band called Ordinance from Joensuu. That's actually one of the hidden gems in Finnish black metal that nobody speaks about, but they are noteworthy. So, and there is no mention, for example, in the Devil's Cradle book, which is the book about Finnish black metal history, nothing about Joensuu. But there was a scene in the 90s.
Well, to be honest, these metal band books and who gets to feature in some magazine, these are all dependent on how big your label or your promotion agency is or your connections.
Yeah.
This is mostly about that. There's a ton of great bands most people never heard of.
Yeah, but yeah, or maybe it's the Joensuu people that they don't even want their pearls to be shown to the rest of the world.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many guys who don't give a fuck about that. They
Yeah.
just want to do the music they like, and I respect that.
Yeah.
In the
Oh.
end, it takes a lot of band to actually pursue things like that, you know. The
Yeah.
lineup needs to work. You need to have a good label and all that shit. It becomes stressful.
Yeah. Okay, we've spoken already at length about Joensuu stuff we don't
Yeah.
know
I was
that
going
much
to say
about.
that.
We are Helsinki people. So okay.
Actually, we were talking about former band members, and I told you about Juho, but I need to tell you about Joni. But I think it was already like made quite clear in the social media that he has a family nowadays. He has a second kid coming. What he told us when he announced that he would leave the band in last October when we were playing with Spiritus Mortis in Latvia and Lithuania, 3 shows. Then we came from Tallinn with the ferry, and on the ferry he just told us that I hate traveling, I can't do this anymore. It's other guys doing this touring stuff, so you need someone else. And we were like, okay, fine. Like, saw it coming, you know.
Yeah, like that. He spent like a decade nearly, or a decade.
Pretty
In
much.
the band,
We once even went to US. So actually, at that moment, I was thinking in my mind because we kind of forgot this whole thing because obviously we didn't want to make an issue out of it. But when he actually told he would departure from the band, I just thought that, oh my god, this blind guy has been doing all this stuff, you know. How many blind guys would do something like that?
Yeah. Like, so he did I understand it correct? He traveled with you to US at one point, or not?
18, 8 years ago, almost 8 years ago.
Okay.
That was the first time we played in the States, in Joni K.
So lots of traveling in the continent, like with on road, like many gigs.
No, this was just 3 shows because we got booked to one festival, which covered the trip.
Yeah.
Like financially.
Yeah.
Then we're just 2 other club shows we wanted to do because if you go all the way there, you want to do more.
Yeah, like I saw you live in Tampere, Vastavirta. It had to be 2017.
Yeah, this is the show when Brander had that fucking moonshine.
Exactly.
And I drank too much of it, and he was lying somewhere in the backstage, like unreachable. And I never drink stuff like that. But after that show, when we were like, oh, we still didn't get our fee, everybody are ordering their fucking taxis, the place is closing down, and I'm drunk, totally drunk from the moonshine.
Yeah.
So I go to the bar counter and beat it with my fist and shout, "Where's our fucking money?" And then after that, Brander comes in like 7 seconds with the bills.
Yeah. I remember I heard.
We just needed to wake him up, you know.
Yeah, I overheard this incident, but like.
Yeah, probably did because I shouted pretty loud.
Yeah, well, you had to.
I'm not like that normal. It was the moonshine.
Yeah, get it. Like, but like in the early evening before the shows, like I met Brander outside, and he was like, "It's interesting that this band Cardinals Folly, they have a blind drummer." And then I looked inside, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know this guy. I used to be doing my civil service in this institute where this guy was studying back in the day, like 20 years. No. Well, then it was like, but around 2004, 2005, I was there. So I knew him by face and had discussed a few times, but around those times I wasn't so talkative, so he didn't really know me, but we had met. So, but so now I was like, oh, it's nice to see him on stage and with a reasonable band. Then came later the Solstice Tour 2024, and I said hello to him at each meet, and he's like, yeah, I remember you. But now I like, from having the experience of like escorting blind people, it was familiar for me when going from Tampere to Turku, when he was the only one from your band in my car. It was me and Orkku and Emilio. And then when we go to gas station and so on, it comes naturally that there's someone who can see, so I can escort him. But then when he comes from Turku to Jyväskylä, he's left alone there when he's like with the Solstice guys.
Oh yeah, he actually didn't like that. He was kind of pissed at us afterwards, to be honest. And then Juho was like, I should have done it. Maybe I should have done it. Anyway, we had a slight. Probably during 10 years I had maybe 3 heated arguments with Joni. And this was one of them.
Yeah, our condolences to Joni. We didn't. There's always something that doesn't go as planned. Like, but we got a good picture at Matti Nykänen's.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great. I just remember like telling Joni like, "Come on, you're a grown up. You can do it." Then he just answered me like, "You're a grown up too. You shouldn't have put me there."
Nah.
That's a good answer, but
Yeah, but like the person who was driving the other guy could have at least escorted him a little bit, like somewhere, even to the lobby of the hotel or wherever. Like,
also this was actually, I thought the problem was that he just couldn't stand their Monty Python shit. But he wasn't even escorted anywhere.
yeah.
Oh shit! Then it's
Well, I don't know. I don't know the details.
then it's like
but
really crap. It's not
'cause-
just him not tolerating bad humor or good humor, depending on. If
I
you
don't know
like
the
it or not.
details, but I understood that he was left just on the street in front of the hotel.
Fuck man! Shouldn't have done that to him.
I'm not.
Why are we talking about this anyways?
Oh yeah. Let's move on. But
You got any actual questions then?
Exactly. Well, speaking about these bands being involved in books and so on, you were involved in this Doom Metal Lexicanum by Alexei. And like, because I read it before knowing you personally that well, so I was like, you speak about, I wrote it down here. Metal is about pleasure and hedonism. Satan is the key. One life to live. Or
Well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, of
no-
course, they're nowadays saying it's about protecting the nature and trying to save the world and stuff like that, which they're not doing.
Hmm?
So, what?
No. I'm not saying that I'm against it or anything, but
It's definitely not about politics.
no. But it's a little bit opposite to what, for example, Ronnie James Dio sings in Sign of the Southern Cross. That
Yeah, but he's a guy who sings ah. Well, I think so. That's the crucial difference.
yeah.
Plus, how old was he when he said that?
Well, he was like 40s probably,
Okay, well, ask me again in 7 years. I might say something.
because that song is released 81, I think, in Mob Rules. So.
Oh, that's actually a very undermined Black Sabbath album. I think it's one of the best.
Yeah.
Because in the end, if you look at Black Sabbath objectively, it's not about the singer. Well, they do great stuff with almost every singer.
Yes. Because also like those Tony Martin albums are like left unnoticed because it's not even the second singer. It's the singer.
Headless Cross is amazing. I also like Dehumanizer a lot.
Yeah. It's not about the singer. It's a crappy way to like judge their albums because, like, of course, Ozzy is the singer, but how much did he like provide to songwriting, composing? Probably not much.
So this is always with big bands. It's the same thing. Like who writes the music, who runs the errands, who's the person you see first on the stage. It's always the. But you don't. In the end, you don't have to argue who's the number one star in the band. You can just enjoy the band. Because I also think it's a bit lame to always like put credit to one people when it's 4 or 5 people, 3, whatever, doing the thing.
Yeah.
So I never thought that. I never worshipped some certain musician above others.
Yeah. Like many people are very like neurotic about, okay, this is the band. For example, like Volcano played in Kontula, and there's certain people who are like, this is not the
South American band.
Yeah, Brazilian band.
I remember that.
So some people were like, yeah, but it's not the original singer. So what? Like, it's Volcano.
Honestly, no. I've been playing in the U.S. a total of 33 shows with 2 boys from Wisconsin. Nobody ever gave me shit for that.
Yeah.
Also, they're good live, and maybe some people around here were very like, how does that work and stuff like that. But if it works, it works. And obviously, this is not what every band does. But in the end, at this point, I call the shots.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's what it is.
Yeah, I think probably it's good to have like a dictatorships in a band that there's clear.
I think most of the time it's good, because in the end you need someone to nail it down, and also someone to point the direction. You need someone to say, this is what we're going to do now, because easily otherwise it goes so that, let's imagine you have 6 guys and everybody says different.
We could do this.
That's not going to ever work.
Yeah, you could never
Something will happen, but it's going to be chaotic. I think most of the time, because in the end we're doing music that's not. I think we have got Cardinals Folly has got better all the time, a little bit better, but it's not like we are reinventing the wheel.
No, yeah. I get it.
In the end, it's tied to certain things that you just want to do better, and you know these things, and at this point you have to know what to do. So of course it has to be me pointing the direction, and others like knowing that that's how it's going to be. So we don't have to argue about that. It's just.
Yeah, I was just listening to some of your early recordings, because mostly like I've enjoyed you live, like you are a good live band.
Better live than studio.
Yeah.
So far, but the next album will change that.
Okay, yeah, looking forward. But yeah, you could sense from even the early recordings that like it's a little bit like we've been rehearsing a little bit, but it's kind of crappy or so and so.
Yeah, it was actually the rehearsing that improved it along the way. Like,
but like the lyrical teams give the sense that you know your shit about.
Oh sure.
Horror films or horror novelty and
lyric wise it was actually more about trimming everything down, because in the beginning I was writing Bibles. I was looking at those fucking lyrics from metal archives, like let's say last winter. I was like, how can I write this shit? Of course the songs are long, so there's space, but there's like not even a slightest attempt at a chorus. It's just I'm telling a story from the beginning to the end,
like a lecture.
Yes, this is also what Reverend Bizarre and Wandering Midget did. Long songs. It's sort of a cool thing, but with Cardinals Folly it definitely needed to evolve to the point where we trim it down to what actually strikes. And I think we're now like closer to that than ever. It's been going like that more and more all the time. Like you can say you found yourself many years ago, but if you want to continue the band, it needs to be an ongoing journey. Of course.
Yeah. I can understand. Like for me also, I've been trying to write lyrics just for fun. Like maybe I will actually release some music where there's lyrics, but that's the key point. Like when you start opening the Pandora's box, then it becomes like a flood, and to trim it down is the thing. Like how.
Yeah, because you're not writing a fucking novel.
Yeah.
Or even a long poem. You're writing a lyric for a metal song that could last 3 minutes or 7 minutes. In our case, it's never going to last 15 minutes again. I can tell you that. So
yeah.
So in the end, it's going to be in the typical metal song length. That may sound boring, but for us, it's the way, and I think it's been the right way.
Yeah, like when I was a teenager, it was always like I got so ecstatic when there's like, oh, there's 20-minute song in an album, it must be epic, but it's
but this is the charm of doom metal at first. Like remember Reverend Bizarre 25 years ago. I don't know if you were into them back then.
Yes, I was, and
this was the whole thing. Like they were playing songs. Honestly, I can't even listen to the end nowadays. Or I can, but I'm not willing.
You can't listen to them at all. Or
I can, but the thing is that back then it was such a Bible for me, especially in the rock rectory, that all those lyrics are in my head until the grave.
Yeah,
I don't like it's in the bank.
In the subconscious.
You don't need it. Of course, you like when we're touring, Doom Over the World is being played in the van and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm at home listening to records, I don't listen to songs like Sodom Sunrise or Sirith Angol. I know how they go, but I'm kind of like estranged from the really slow stuff. I haven't listened to the new Warning album either.
Me neither. I should actually buy tickets to their
It's
gig.
sold out already, I think.
Both of the gigs.
There's two now.
They
of course.
announced an extra gig, so
It's
maybe
actually my birthday weekend, so
maybe for the extra gig there is still available. So gotta do it now.
Could be.
Okay. Anyway, but you gotta give credit for Reverend Bizarre because they pretty much like dug the doom metal from the grave when they were active.
Which was very important.
Mm.
Of course, back then there was Minotaur and Spiritus Mortis, but they kind of didn't get the same exposure back then because Reverend were signed almost immediately after they had this label that fucked up the first album at first, but then they got signed by Spine Farm, and you know what's gonna happen then.
Yeah, they made it happen and like, got the wheels turning. And yeah, but suddenly like there was this Hellride music forum, for example, where like now everybody doom metal guys get together and have a discussion and so on. So maybe it started. Many bands got born out of this. That it's creating conversation, the doom metal at these times.
Well, I would say my band came out of that back then. Of course, now it's actually amusing when Hynninen got pissed off about that Reverend Bizarre reference in that events text because obviously that's a joke. And if you listen to the album we're putting out now, it's way more heavy metal than doom metal.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is derived from aesthetics that apply to doom metal, and of course, people who have been following us can still hear the imprint there. But it's not typical doom or Reverend Bizarre by any means. It's way too much in a hurry, and you know.
Yeah, as I remember, it was like somebody at a US show gave feedback to you saying this is like the unboring version.
Yeah, and this is amusing for me because like I'm a huge Reverend Bizarre fan for life, basically, since whatever quarter century. And then I understand the point because we're a faster band. So if you're not a typical doom metal guy, maybe we are more approachable. In the end, it's that simple.
Yeah, you are a rocking live band.
Yeah. And this is like pretty obvious. And in my opinion, the joke was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But I also understand that if you're very touchy about those things, it's not that much fun. I understand that too.
I mean,
also I have to admit that in social media, I don't really have a filter sometimes.
yeah, we each individual are unique. So you like, I'm not saying one is right or one is wrong, but I mean you could just shrug it off like it was sarcastic, bit tongue-in-cheek thing.
In that point, I would say that all promotion is good promotion.
Yeah,
because that's probably the truth in the end.
Yeah.
If people talk about you, they care about you.
But at this time, Albert Witchfinder got pissed off a little bit.
I was actually honored that he wanted to make a post about that because all promotion is good promotion. Maybe somebody actually listened to us because of that. So.
Yeah, and but there was actually someone in the US who was touring under the name Reverend Bizarre. This one guy,
Tommy Newman.
Yeah,
it's the guy. He's this the same. He had this Reverend Bizarre with double Z.
and one R.
I know he's a Christian priest.
Exactly. Yeah, and then ex-heroin addict or even current heroin addict or something.
Honestly, I don't want to make predictions about what substances people are using
if
I don't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But okay.
If any substance.
Yeah, regardless.
Priests shouldn't.
Maybe he, even though he wouldn't have had any substances, never was an addict, still, like what goes in your mind to have this title?
But honestly, I also thought it was a bit cringy when Kimi posts directly on his wall like this very Gestapo stylish post about what are you doing with this name, and it's like I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like honestly, if somebody does that to me and does the money with it, I just go to a lawyer. I don't want to. Of course, I know there's gonna be people like who will be on my side in some fucking social media debate. But at the same time, every time I see these social media debates, I feel like everybody is turning into fucking teenagers.
Exactly.
It becomes annoying to see like 50-year-old people involved in social media debates that seem like, why don't you just face this person and tell what you think, or if you actually need to take action, then take legal action.
Exactly.
If you're entitled to it.
Yeah. Like nothing has changed.
Why do you need somebody to give you thumbs up and to feel better about it when the damage is already done?
Yeah, like nothing has changed throughout the internet era. Like one of the first memes when people were still chatting on IRC, one of the first memes was like arguing on internet and competing in Paralympics is the same. You might win, but you're still retarded. And nothing has changed. But still, like grown
I
up
love
men-
it how politically incorrect you are. This is probably why we're doing this.
Yeah. But like,
Was that a wrong thing to say? You
no,
should
no.
edit that.
no, but that's a meme that's been going around since the. I'm not saying I'm for it or against it, but like.
Well, this basically what I'm saying is that these people are making themselves more retarded than they are with all this shit.
Yeah, like
I mean, they're not stupid, but social media makes us all stupid.
yeah, exactly. That's why I rather always speak face to face with people, because like when writing whatever online, the one who is perceiving it, reading it, there's always those gaps in between the words and whatever. You can always interpret it your own way
Yeah.
and get annoyed because you don't know if if this is serious, is it been written drunk or like tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
serious or whatever. So when you speak with person face to face, you have a sense of what's the intent. Are you hostile or are you friendly or whatever?
Well, then you get to know the person, unless you have a super deep chat through Messenger or something.
Yeah. But like that's the problem of modern time, that people rarely meet each other face to face. Of course, sometimes when there's distance in between people, they don't see it. But still, like when you have the possibility to meet a person to make something clear, it's better to go.
Of course.
Speak
Of
face.
course.
So when you're arguing online, it's always like, for me always, it's very limited what I post online, because what's the point? It's like wasting of energy always. Like, yeah.
But I also can say that I've never deleted a single comment from Facebook, because I don't think that's good either.
Yeah.
You said something, you said, so what? It's not the end of the world. Of course, there's never been any huge case about anything either, but you know,
Yeah.
you can easily overthink all this crap.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like nowadays. There has been so many like these campaigns against this guy has done this and this.
For an example,
And something.
the Solstice tour.
Yep.
I'm friends with the singer of Thronehammer, who's like the arch nemesis of Rich Walker. Everybody knows this. Everybody who is interested in the subject knows this. And she was like, before the tour, she sent me a message like, well, she's a trans person. I'm referring to her with the gender she would prefer.
Okay.
Because I respect that.
And in Finnish, you don't say she or he. Okay, whatever. This is off topic. But
Oh, yeah, true.
is she a she?
Anyway, before the tour, she sent me a message like, I appreciate the fact that it was an open message. It was not any sort of like hostility that's like any sort of passive aggression. It was an open message. She told me like that, are you really siding with this cunt? What the fuck you're doing? I'm like, no, I'm just going with my band to play a tour with a band that I like. And I think it's going to be good. I'm not on your side, I'm not on his side. I'm not here because of your whatever you got going. I'm here to make the best of it for my band, and I don't want to get any further into, like, if you want me to unfriend me for this or something, or talk shit about me, go ahead. But I don't think it's valid, and anybody believing it doesn't really know us or who we are or what we are about. And I think I appreciate the fact that she took this maturely, and we're still friends.
Okay, cool.
We actually also played together in the UK a year ago after that. Everything was really good.
Cool.
So I think it tells the fact that she said what she wanted to say, but she was also like mature enough to understand the reality and not hold it against me personally. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, like the way Rich has been, the kind of comments he's been posting is like, okay, though maybe you could say you go beyond some line of like being politically correct.
Of course,
but
I think he does it in. Didn't he have some Sieg Heiling pictures too? Not too long ago, even.
But yeah, because the way I see it, is like to every action there's an equal and opposite, reaction. So it's these guys who want to cancel everybody don't they see it? The more they make fuss, make noise about other people, that's why those people who are neutral go radical to the other way, because they see these guys are.
It's hard to say. In nowadays world, it's so hard to say who's going to do what.
Yeah. Well, okay. But in Rich Walker's, from his perspective, he's been part of Sore Throat, been part of Napalm Death. So he's been like anarchist back in the day. So anarchism back in the day was about freedom of speech and etc.
Of course, against the system.
So now he sees that it's become the opposite. That now it's about suppressing the speech, the way the anarchists.
Because the liberal world turned everything into shit, basically.
Yeah.
I think I sort of get both points in the sense that if you have society where people can do whatever they want, it's going to turn into shit. But also, there's very much point in resisting the former order. Because I think the whole development of like the Western society has been sort of impossible to prevent. And like if you look at like how much the technology has advanced and internet and all this shit, it's impossible to prevent people from becoming individualists.
Yeah. But
because nowadays they can access all the information.
Yeah.
Theoretically in 1 second. They don't have to settle on anything someone tells them. They can find their own dream world.
Exactly, and even the dumbest of us have the voice to speak to public, and
that's one of the problems. Just look at how much. Well, I mean, honestly, I posted a picture from a U.S. tour, social media, where I'm showing the middle finger to Pentagon, and they still didn't block me from the country. So I can say right now that the U.S. president is the prime example. But of course he is, because according to the world order that still exists, the USA is like leading the Western world.
Yeah.
So they are the prime example, and they are also the prime example in the sense that they have a fucking narcissistic retard as a president. And it's like, whoa, it's just like that. Nobody's complaining.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people are complaining, but it's just, the shit wagon just goes on.
Yeah, like it's obvious. It should be obvious to each person that this is a narcissistic, lunatic who is in charge. Well, anyway, okay, we are recording this during the World Cup, which is held in US, Canada, and Mexico, and it's another shit show. Like how they wanted to make this product, beautiful game, into a circus, and also like he wanted to have it all for himself. Of course, they were handed to these three countries before his time. So but recently he wanted to have it all for himself. But
Didn't they have some opening ceremony where he was given some gold medal again?
Oh shit! I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it, but I heard about something.
I want to see it because it was under MTV3, the paid version.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it for free. So
Of course not.
Yeah. And this is another thing, that it's not anymore free for public. So some games and even the opening ceremony is under the paid law.
Also, if you have, let's say, you have 104 games with 78 in the US, 13 in Canada, 13 in Mexico, and you make a big deal about it being a tournament of 3 countries. It's like, why didn't you just put all the matches in the US?
Yeah,
It could have been done easily.
Yeah, like every now and then there is these split games, and one of the biggest jokes was this 2021 supposed 2020 Euro games when it was split to how many.
When Finland made it.
So it was
They won some game.
against Denmark in Copenhagen.
Oh yeah. That is the game when the one Danish player got a heart attack or
Yeah,
something.
Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
And just recently he had a second heart attack playing for Wolfsburg. So now he's had a second heart attack, and now everybody's saying now you should quit.
Well, he's lucky to be alive.
Yeah. Anyway, but it was such irony that this is like the first game in the world, like in any major tournament for Finland, and now we are witnessing, like, watching it live. Now we are possibly watching someone die, and now we are winning the game, but we can't really have a celebration.
But isn't that pretty Finnish?
Yeah. it can.
But also they had like fucking 40 countries in the European Championships then too. This is like, it's like fucking 30 Formula 1 races in a season. It's too much.
It's so random. Today I made a huge road trip. I had to get lift to Kouvola where my car broke down during midsummer. So on the way to Kouvola, we stopped at Pukaron Paroni, and who is having a coffee?
Vittu Pukaron Paroni, so does it still exist?
Yeah.
Legendary place.
Yeah, but it's like Nestes. It's a different, but it's still Pukaron Paroni. Anyway, Antti Muurinen is having a coffee there. Again, like I made an episode of him, like short interview, and now he's there, and I'm like, it's Muurinen, like legendary Finnish coach for all of you who don't know.
He fucking took HJK to Champions League in '98.
Yeah, Champions League. Yeah.
And they beat Benfica.
Exactly.
But they had Kaiserslautern and Metz, and they lost to them.
No, Kaiserslautern. Actually, not Benfica. It was Boa Vista.
It was Benfica. I'm 100% sure. They had Mika Lehko scored a penalty goal, and Mika Kottila scored a header. They beat Benfica 2-0 in Helsinki.
But Kaiserslautern was definitely one.
Yeah, and Metz. No, Metz they beat in the qualifiers.
Exactly.
So what was the fourth team? We need Google to help.
Go ahead, check it
Why
out.
do we talk so much about shit?
Yeah, but now
Not shit, but
but it's important shit or
yeah, that's true.
Maybe it was some Slovenian. Well, no.
No,
check it out.
HJK, Benfica, Kaiserslautern. I'm sure about these.
PSV Eindhoven, I think.
Wait. I found the article that will answer the story. Yeah, PSV.
Because that was the first game,
Yeah.
PSV away, and it was level until 90th minute, and the PSV winning goal came like after on injury time. So they were already close to getting a point in the first game. Yeah.
Also, I remember seeing around 93. I remember seeing a PSV versus 6-9 game, UEFA Cup qualifier or something, and Ronaldo was playing for PSV, and I could, like, he broke through and he completely dribbled the goalkeeper and shot into the empty net. And I was looking like, this guy is pretty good. But then a few years later, everybody knew he's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like speaking of the importance of Black Sabbath and so on, you had the fortune of playing there in Birmingham just before the final Black Sabbath.
After.
After.
A couple of weeks after.
But there was still this exhibitions about.
Oh yeah, we saw all the murals in the downtown. Birmingham is great. It's like, I didn't even know it's the second biggest city in UK.
Yeah, it's the second city. That's what they call it.
It's very cool nightlife, lots of pubs, and you know they were murals about every single Black Sabbath album erected with the like on one side you could see the album cover, then on the other side the story behind it, and it was like going to the doom metal capital of the world, you know. Yeah, really. And also we visited the original homes of Ozzy and Geezer, like we saw the buildings.
Yeah.
Because we had Seeley from Iron Void knows all this shit, so he was the tour guide.
And you went to see the mill from the first album cover.
Oh, Maple Durham Mill, yeah, that was before the London show, because it's kind of like halfway between Stonehenge and London, on the west side of London. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Birmingham is very much like you could say, it's not just Black Sabbath, but also like, I think Judas Priest is also Birmingham.
Yeah.
And like more.
And also Black Sabbath Bridge in Birmingham with the like those placards of the guys there on the bench. It's very nice. Like,
yeah,
it's the sort of city that looks like the nightlife creates lots of rock music, you know.
Yeah, like because this funny synchronicity is like right after the Solstice gig, the tour, I came home and I was so tired, like just putting laptop and something on, and somehow the algorithm played Black Sabbath's "It's a Hard Road" live version, and I was like almost like leaving out of my body, being so tired. But that was in darkness, and somehow it was like an out of body experience. And I'm like, hey, this is a kick-ass song. I never really paid attention to this. But then
they have so many songs.
Yeah, but then coming back to when after Ozzy departed the planet, so I just had to take "Never Say Die" tattoo on my arm because
I have to take a Black Sabbath tattoo. I have this Hand of Doom here with the Saint Vitus Trouble, Cardinals Folly, and this is the start of a Witchfinder General tattoo. But of course, at some point there needs to be a Black Sabbath too.
and Humberto's hand.
Yeah, he's done not all of these, but most of these.
Yeah, because another coincidence, I happened because yesterday we had to cancel, and I went to Itäkeskus, so I meet Humberto there at Kierrätyskeskus.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, nice to meet you. Are you going to Tuska? I'm like, no. and
he was just being sarcastic. He knows you're not going.
But he was with his daughter, and they were about to go just to sense, like go outside to sense whatever. Well, but
he's a nice guy. I like him.
So I also said that I have still Orkus records with me, but they are in Kouvola, and he was like, oh, you're the guy who has them. Orku mentioned me about this. Yeah, I can't help it now because the car broke down to Kouvola.
Yeah, he's a diehard CD collector. I actually kept from the Heavy Metal Maniacs, he bought like 12 CDs, and I kept them in the CF merch box because he was willing to party, so he didn't want to, of course, take 12 CDs everywhere where he went. Yeah. So I held them for him and actually delivered to him like a week ago.
Yeah, but suddenly you need unexpectedly you meet these people, but I planned to go to Lahti today, did go, and nothing went into plan. Like I had in my mind to go to Sarvilevyt. It's not open on Mondays.
Is that the one that's right on the street from the train station?
Yeah.
Towards past or before Torvi, but anyway.
Like in between, like Torvi is here, railway station here, so in between.
Yeah.
So now it's expanded, and it's like Mikko.
Like you pass Sarvilevyt and then you turn right and Torvi is
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now Sarvilevyt is like expanded into much larger space.
So you're saying there's a record store in Finland that's expanding itself.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I thought they're all going bankrupt.
Yeah, I guess it was formed 2012, if I'm correct. So 14 years
I've
around.
once been inside, and that's all. I probably never bought anything from there.
Yeah, it's Mikko Aspa who runs it.
I don't know. I heard the name, but I don't know.
Well, he's had this label called Northern Heritage, and
From there, I've ordered a lot of stuff,
Mm.
a lot of black metal back in the day.
exactly,
Yeah.
and on noise side, Freak Animal. So yeah, Northern Heritage,
Does
original.
Northern Heritage still exist?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So everything.
It's been like a quarter century. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, around that time. I think it originated when he was still living in Imatra and then moved to Lahti later on. So
Okay.
anyway, yeah, it's been probably late 90s even. But
Well, 2000, 2001. I don't know,
yeah, something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's when you go to Lahti, it's the place to go for underground weird stuff. And yeah, but yeah, like it was most of all not so like going to Lahti. I just wasted time. But anyway, there's this one second-hand store called Vaihtari, and I just went there. Maybe I found something. Okay, I found few classic I should own.
Where's
or-
that in Lahti?
Well, that's that Rautatiekatu further, the same street, but you go beyond the part that goes the long part that there's like this church in.
Oh,
So-
it's toward the place where a horrible woman used to live. I don't want to hear about that.
Anyway, like yeah, the one from Torvik, the same street,
Yeah.
towards the
Actually,
market square.
I know the downtown. That's all.
It's
I know.
called Hämeenkatu, I think. Anyway, so there's Vaihtari.
Such common names: Kauppakatu, Hämeenkatu, Rautatienkatu.
Yeah.
No surprises there.
And Vesimiehenkatu they call Pesku.
Oh, that's quite original.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one in Helsinki.
No, not yeah. So, and that's actually quite funny. I didn't even regard it before that Vesimiehenkatu. At Vesimiehenkatu they have this kiosk called Veskuskiska, and
They
also
stole your idea.
exactly because I've been speaking with Mäkisen Juha about this
Oh, fuck.
Aquaman.
The
thing.
only thing missing from this broadcast is Mäkisen Juha.
Mm,
You realize that we've been doing this for
an hour or so.
more,
Mm,
and we've been talking about Joensuu,
an hour.
Lahti, punk scene, and
Football.
black metal. Yeah.
And now we're speaking about Mäkisen Juha, but we are the guys, me and Mäkisen Juha, the guys who
Once we should have 1 hour broadcast just with Mäkisen Juha.
exactly, because we are the guys who are the Aquaman at the gigs, because we are the guys who are most deluded, but we are only drinking water.
Fuck you talking about?
I don't
The
know.
guy's the biggest fucking junkie ever. Drinking. If he's drinking water, he's drinking water because he has a fucking kihpi. So he
Yeah.
can't fucking walk, if he drinks beer. But that's the only reason he drinks water.
I wasn't saying anything about the other substances, just that we are not drinking alcohol.
Ah.
So we are the Aquaman.
Ooh, okay. I never heard a stoner album called Aquaman.
It's me and Markis and Juha's next album. We need to call the band Aquaman. Yeah, what's with the Lucha Libre mask you often wear?
Oh, it's just like my wife's from Mexico, so I went there, went to see Lucha Libre, and it's liberating because like if you in Finland, you go to see ice hockey, and you start shouting up and saying like, "Vittu homo, se on mutsinussi sua, vittu sulla on pieni muna." You get thrown out nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Mexico this is normal.
Mm.
You can go there like, "Pinche perro." You can just like shout this stuff like, "Chinga tu madre," and stuff like that, and everybody's just like, "Yeah, that's cool." So it's like reminds you of the old times when everything was not so fucking PC.
yeah.
And also, while it's show wrestling, it still has a culture behind it.
Mm.
It goes like there's this wrestlers named, like for an example, Villano the Fourth. It means it's really the fourth generation.
Yeah.
His dad, his grandfather, and his grandfather's father were also wrestlers. It was like Villano 1, 2, 3, 4. And these go with generations really, and it's impressive because they take it so seriously. They don't, as far as I know, some superstars maybe make some bigger money. For most of them, it's like a part-time job, but they're still fucking good in it.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
everybody like worships them. They're icons. It's a big part of Mexican culture, and the mask thing just like crowns it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Like I used to watch, being like early teenagers, 12, 13, I used to watch WCW Monday Nitro. Like, and there was Rey Mysterio and all these guys, Psychosis. And
Yeah, the best Mexican guys made it to the US to make money. Then they went back to Mexico after they made enough money.
Exactly, but like then Eric Bischoff was running the show on WCW, and he decided all the guys who don't wear masks, they have more like expression, their facial expressions are visible. So that's why lucha libres have to undress their masks. So
that's wrong, because
yeah, that
the whole thing about lucha libre, giving up, revealing your face is a
Like
major disgrace.
Yeah, like you've been raped or something.
It's like you watch The Mandalorian,
I haven't.
but it's the same thing about, like, imagine Boba Fett being stripped of his mask.
Yeah.
This is what I hate about the Disney series they made, because I don't know what kind of deal the actor made. Did he want to show his face? But you can't fucking show Boba Fett without his mask. It's the same as showing Luchador without his mask. It's not part of the culture.
Yeah.
They are masked, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
They are disgraced if they have to publicly take the mask off.
Yeah. Like because of course they knew that Rey Mysterio still has to be like, because he's so skilled wrestler, he has to be there like one of the cruiserweight, like he's the one who's always competing to be the cruiserweight champion because he's so skilled. So what now when he's stripped off his mask and he's wearing this camo like I'm wearing camo, but a small guy wearing these large camo pants and nothing like that personal lucha libre style anymore. So it's not so edgy look.
He did it for money. And
Of
actually,
course.
to come to about the band stuff, I've noticed. Honestly, I started this lucha libre mask thing just as an experiment. The first time I did it, it was in almost 2 years ago in this Damnation Fest we played in Belgium. I had this Villano 4th mask. I just put it on for a couple songs. You can tell people look at you differently. The weird thing is, the actual wrestler, Villano 4th, he died the day I wore the mask for the first time. I'm not kidding. You can check. You can check when we played that fest and when he died. It was the same
Which
day.
year?
No, actually, Villano 5th. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was already the 5th generation.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just experimented with it because I just felt like, fuck, let's try this. And after that, it was like Monday. I was home and my wife sent me a message. It was like that. Oh, so you wore that fucking mask and the guy died the same night. And I'm like, oh, well, what can I say to that? But anyway, it wasn't about that. That's just a coincidence, a shitty coincidence. But I saw the reactions and I sort of liked how they looked at me when I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it like a couple dozen times ever since, and it still works because it's not too big of a part of the show. It's just the opening teaser, and you can still see people's. It's a mix of fear and attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like when you are masked, people don't, even if they know how you look like, you still look different.
Yeah.
And what you see in their eyes is like a mix of fear and attraction, and that's attractive in itself.
Yeah.
So that's why I like doing it. Plus, I love lucha libre, And we have even a song about that luchador on the upcoming album,
Oh, okay, cool.
which is quite different from the usual Cardinals Folly stuff. I mockingly call that song a football anthem
Mm.
because it's like that compared to the Cardinals Folly, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with us? Why we have to travel far to find like a wife or girlfriend?
No, it's not rare. I have a very good friend who just went to Arkansas,
Mm.
and he's had like more girlfriends than me and my close friends combined. But he never find the right girlfriend. He's been to 1,000 Tinder dates. Like he's been doing it. At some point I told him, you're doing it too much. Just calm down, and maybe you'll find the right person. But now he found the right person supposedly, and that was from fucking USA as well.
Yeah.
So nowadays, you know, you've been to a sex vacation in
Sex vacation.
Uganda.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I should know, but that's like I've been wondering, like what's the like many people ask, couldn't you find someone more closer?
Well, that's a typical question.
yeah, like
But we're not in the medieval times. Now you can fucking
exactly.
write to some chick from fucking New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to work out if they. I think it's partly because they appreciate the fact you're different. You need something different. They need something different. Cultural differences are more of an issue when you're with them for a longer time.
Mm.
But the attraction is more easily formed through cultural differences.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have these many Latin babes, African, Asian, whatever, that actually like Finns because we're pale. They think we are beautiful for that.
Yeah.
And I know many white males actually think African women are amazing because they're so different.
Mm-hmm.
Also, their natural build is a bit more like.
They have more shape.
Yeah. But this is not like to say they are better, but this is to make out the differences because there are differences, and maybe people are attracted by the differences.
Yeah, but when you actually start.
Who's smoking weed?
This is the place to do. This is a common place for that activity. And maybe.
You realize that we've been talking shit about for 85% of this episode.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Okay.
But first you get attracted maybe like external features of a person, but then when you actually start dating or when you're in a relationship, it has to be something beyond. Like you have to actually relate.
I would more say about cultural things than external. It's obviously it's not just about a cute selfie or something. It's more like what I like about women from different cultures is that they have a completely different approach.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've lived in this country all my life, so I know what the approach is here. And when you've done that enough, and it hasn't led to eternal happiness or whatever, then you want to go for something else.
Yeah.
I see that as a logical thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Also in Finland we have lots of people coming from other countries nowadays. Like look at the restaurant scene in Helsinki.
Yeah.
It's like boom, exploded. Think about 20 years back. We didn't have a single real Mexican restaurant or Korean barbecue or Nepalese we always had. But it's expanded a lot, which automatically tells about the fact that you're getting more people from around the world.
Yeah, like exactly. Like for example, good thing in Kontula Mall how it's been like evolving and so on is like 20 years ago there was like 20 bars you can get a beer from, but then just a couple of pizzerias. But now there's like that's pretty much considered like the culinary center of Helsinki. Like there's this Carcoil barbecue place. It's good.
The fucking kebab wrap they have there, and the like. If you think about it, like It's like the western entrance to the Kontula metro.
Yeah.
They have this place.
Or shish kebab. Or Döner King.
It's not
Döner King is at the right at the metro entrance.
It's the place where you can get a fucking good kebab wrap. That's all I can say.
What can I say as a vegetarian?
I don't remember the name. Anyway, it's the best of its kind in Helsinki I've had. Like really good.
But the one who has a terrace, proper large terrace towards Kontulan Garden.
No, not large.
Oh,
It's indoors place.
So it must be the
Need
Döner
to
King.
find out tonight.
Yep, I think it's Döner King. Anyway, okay. But coming back to Finnish women, like
Coming back to Finnish. Yeah, that's what we came to talk about.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it's like noteworthy topic at all because this might take a lengthy time or
Well, what's the time? Oh, it's only 7:38. We can talk about Finnish women. if you
okay.
like. I would rather talk about music, but it's okay.
because we touched the subject.
Yeah.
So
Barely.
let's conclude it somehow. Because my vision is that maybe they tend to have this this thing that they want to suppress the man, that they want the man to say yes to everything the woman says. I want to do this. I want to go to.
Do you really want to talk about this?
No, okay, no, not really.
Well, we can edit it later, but I can just say that in Finland, this is just a historical payback. It's like, oh, women were like fucking mind raped for years. They didn't get proper rights until 1920s or something. So now they just want to get even,
Yeah,
which is historically fair,
yeah,
but it still doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
It's like, why do you want to cut our balls off?
yeah.
It's not going to make us better.
No.
You're just going to feel better compared to us in some fucking sick way. You
Yeah.
know?
I was at Joronjälki in Joroinen in summer.
I saw that.
Yeah, 1 month ago. So
They had a news about that hotel going bankrupt at the same time.
Oh shit!
Did you drive them bankrupt?
No, I said we need to get a band to play there. So maybe
So maybe the band.
we
drove
need to
them.
sacrifice your band for their benefit. I don't know. But anyway, so this guy who is like 71
If
years
you can get us a show in Joronjälki,
Mm.
I'm game. Let's go fucking tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I will contact Alvo. So he's 71-year-old guy, and we were having my friend's bachelor party there. So he made a poem for them and whatever. So he, as an advice, he said, when you get into an argument, or when he gets himself into an argument with his wife, he's just stays silent and smiles. That was his advice.
This is what they're trying to make us do.
Yeah, but at least he can make poetry and art to create something of what he's going through. But many Finns don't. Like they just drink heavily and try to drown their sorrows or what they want to say.
Oh my god. I have to make a quote of my friend
Mm.
because he was so accurate with that. My friend Jason Ellis, who's been booking us a lot of US shows, I can actually make a quote without even looking. He said that Cardinals Folly is proof
Mm.
that getting wasted and being miserable will always be better than this semi-hippie doom shit.
Yeah. Okay.
No, really. I can. If you don't believe me, I can dig it up.
Okay. Cool. Like I'm not against it. I've been without alcohol for 4 months, but it's
Really,
yeah,
fucking great.
yeah. It's
No, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Like I'm not saying like everybody should go sober or whatever. Like
We're not that childish, but I
Mm.
appreciate the
Mm.
achievement.
Mm.
Yeah.
because maybe I tend to have also like the tendency to go to the local bar every night to have one
Yeah.
beer or two, and thinking
And
it's not.
suddenly it's 7.
Sometimes some nights it goes to that. If there's a good group of people, we go to a karaoke bar, have fun, because we're enjoying the company of each other. So even though I'm saying every day to myself, it's not a serious thing. I'm not going there to get wasted. I'm going there to see people because we are social animals. So it's like self-therapeutic thing. But the body resists, or body starts to have symptoms of every day having at least one drink. You might think it's not serious as you're not drunk, but your body says another thing. Like you start to have symptoms of it. So
Symptoms of one beer.
of having it every day, because your body is recovering all the time, even though you don't realize it that you're having a hangover or so. But there's different kinds of like digestion problems for that you drink beer every day.
Well, to be honest, I've been having like a drink or two every day, like for a shitload of years. I don't notice anything.
Good.
But of course, if I spent 6 months without doing it, I would probably notice. I don't know.
Like we are individual, everybody. But anyway, like, and then there's also like there's group chats where people are like, hey, everything they post is like, I'm here with beer, and some people get annoyed with it because some people are struggling with it more, and then they're like, yeah, you know how to have fun, so what? Like that's all you post about. But it tells more, like, but
It tells more about them than you. Yeah.
I don't want to like. For me, there's a high obstacle of saying to my friend, you need to change, you need to do something else.
Same. Especially if it's not so good of a friend, you will do it more easily because there's no threshold of doing it. Maybe you can just do it without giving a fuck.
Yeah.
But with a good friend, you don't want to have this approach that, hey, you should be like this and that. I never do that actually. And of course, it's also because I can't. I'm not in a position to judge them.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs though. I'm just drinking beer.
But drugs are good for a human.
Well, anyway, I don't see myself. I don't see myself as someone who's going to come at you like, "Hey, you shouldn't be doing this anymore. You're doing the wrong thing. You're a bad person. I'm telling you this. Look at me. I'm a fucking example."
Yeah. Like, yeah. We're all different, but you know, the personal decision to now stay sober is because, of course, it was also like Chinese calendar year shifted to this fire horse year now. So I was
This was the reason.
well, one of like it just happened on the correct time. But like for 1 or 2 years, so I've been, when I'm alone, I've been thinking like I've wasted a lot of time with certain friends or so-called friends who stay at your place and they stay for the night and they don't listen a thing you say, even though you
Why do you do that? I would never do that, honestly.
Yeah, because my empathy hasn't had any boundaries.
Well, I consider myself as an empathic person as well, but I wouldn't do that.
Yes, exactly. But that's like from Jungian perspective. I've read about a lot about Jungian.
I mean, I would take a person from a show to my home if they needed it, but if they didn't pierce my radar, I would find an excuse not to do it.
Yeah, not like that I meet a person at a show and then bring home, but like childhood friends who are struggling now are always, most often they are welcome when I'm not with my child. So whatever you're going through, I will listen, but then when they don't listen back, you realize we never see each other when we're sober.
I mean, you just come with the thought that you're basically being used.
Yeah.
You should just find a way to not do it.
Yeah. So it's all about that to empathy, you need to set boundaries.
Of course.
Without
Without boundaries, you're bound for
it-
shit.
It's different being kind and too kind. So at least like I could drink a little bit, it wouldn't be a problem for me, but in my way, I guess I want to be as an example that you can be sober and meet people and they can drink or not. And like, well, it's been natural for me. I've been a tour driver for bands for quite some time.
No, that's true.
That's true. But anyway, so it's kind of natural, but yeah. Again, anyway, like that's enough of that topic. It's not like, should we talk about?
Did you actually have questions?
Yeah, kind of like, yeah. I hadn't much time to prepare.
You realize how heavy fucking editing this is going to
No,
require.
we can release it as it is.
Actually, we have time. We have months of time.
We had one fan question because I
Oh, really?
yeah, because
Nice.
I asked in a group chat, is there any questions for Cardinals Folly's Mikko? And this comes from nickname Hagamorich.
Ah,
Why is Keep Us on the Road the best Motorhead song?
wait, what?
Keep Us on the Road, the best Motorhead song.
Because somebody needs to keep you on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
That's all I can say to Harry Kankanta.
yeah, would you would you
Of course, I know who he is.
yeah. Yeah, very much active figure in the underground scene. But
Oh yeah, we need guys like him.
mm. Uh, but do you have a personal favorite from Motorhead or?
Song.
Mm.
Well, Chase is better than the catch.
Exactly. Our cameraman went to swim on Juhannus Midsummer, and he was like going towards the little ducklings, and they were like circling him. And I said, the chase is better than the catch.
But honestly, like no matter how good the catch is, the chase is still more exciting.
Exactly.
That's just the way it is.
That's like the universal law.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pretty much the questions I
Let me look.
like it's like doom metal, whatever.
Oh, doom metal. Fuck the doom metal.
Let the poses fall. Well, history of the band. You can say some things. Discography.
What did I say about that? I don't remember.
Yeah, we didn't really cover that. Because these are like weird cryptic writings. Like there's the hedonism thing. There is let the poses fall. Whatever. Like that's it.
You've been focusing on that fucking doom metal book too much.
Yeah.
You've been having quotes from about that here.
Yeah.
And let the posters fall. This looks like you did it when you were fucking drunk and you haven't drank in 4 months.
No, I was babysitting and I was just.
Ah, that's even worse.
Yeah. And today I've been driving and I spilled coffee.
Well, we did talk about Lucha Libre.
Mm.
Why is keep us on the road?
That's the fan question.
Oh, Finnish. We talked about the Finnish heavy metal maniacs as well.
Who's gonna win the football world championship?
I hope Mexico.
No. That was my guess.
Or Iran. Did they?
No.
They got 11. Iran got 11.
They were ranked 9 out of the third place teams.
So they got knocked out.
Yeah, because only 8 not third seed. And like there was this match between Algeria and Austria. So,
Austria is pretty good.
So Austria leveled this. Like Algeria went ahead late, like 4 minutes into the injury time. Then Austria leveled it up, equalized.
Of course, because Austria is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and yeah.
Where can I take a leak?
So
You have to take a monologue meanwhile.
okay, or we can have a pause. Recording. Okay. So after a little bit of a break. Trying to conclude this somehow. Let's talk about Cardinals Folly about the new members in the band. You have new guitarist and new drummer. What do you want to say about them?
Well, Tuomo joined for the guitar like a year and a half ago. Then we wrote the new album with him. He's fucking good. Like he's been bringing new impact. Like it's like new chapter with him because his playing style is way different from Juho. And that's probably the biggest difference you're going to hear on the next album, Let the Poses Fall. And right now we have Rami for drums, hopefully he's gonna stay. He's played before in Fall of the Idols, Wolf's Head, and Black Mass Perverter, and a couple other bands that are not this well known, even in the underground. But
Yeah, I just listened to the Wolf's Head album and
it's great.
yeah, I was listening in the car and funny recognition that okay, here's an Edgar Allan Poe poem alone in one song.
Yeah, Yerky is a pretty grim guy. That's
But
it.
like it's not the first metal band who has done it. But it's not like it's
Of course not.
it's wrong to do it, even though there's this and this band who has done it before, because it resonates probably most of.
It resonates. I know that guy very well, and I can tell you it fits to him like a glove. You know, otherwise he wouldn't be doing that.
Because that poem is something like that crystallizes the underground mentality in many ways. But
Well said. Well said.
Mm.
Yeah, and it fits. I think it fits the album and the singer very well.
yeah. So Tuomo is already on the recording sessions for the new album.
Yeah, we
And
recorded.
Joni was there.
Joni was there. Joni. We recorded the album with Joni and did his farewell show before he left. And actually, he's going to help us this. The next show we have is 1 month from now in Tampere, opening up for Crypt Ceremony, which is quite big band because they actually were the #1 album on the Decibel magazine in
Yeah.
24, and they're playing in Wacken open air, then coming to Sweden for 1 show and Finland for 2 shows, and in the Tampere show we're opening up for them. And because Rami had this really long work, I mean he does this catering stuff, and he had this like really big work project that weekend, so he said he can't do that. Even though in the autumn we have lots of dates with him, we're going to be touring in the Europe. And but for this show, Joni is coming back for 1 more.
Yeah. Good to have it now official confirmation. Once more.
Oh, he didn't have any obstacles, and he was like that. Of course I can come. And he also nowadays lives in Hämeenlinna,
Okay. Yeah.
so it's very close. They're getting the second child, and they bought a place from there. Joni also got rid of all his debt because the apartment was much cheaper. So fucking good for him.
Yeah. But new drummer lives up north, far away.
No, he lives in Oulu, but he fits the band like a glove.
Yeah.
So as long as he's motivated to do this, we're going to go along with him.
Cool.
And I think after the Heavy Metal Maniac show, he himself put it in the words in the way that we're just going to see how it goes, and if he joins, he joins. And I don't have any pressure about that. I know if he joins, he's going to be able to do that, and I don't see anybody more fit
Yeah.
to be our drummer. So, and the shows with him have been very good. So, I don't have any pressure about that. It's good vibes and everything's going fine.
So for you personally, was it always clear that you're gonna play doom metal?
In the beginning, it was crystal clear. That's when the vision of Cardinals Folly started to advance later on. Like in the beginning, we were like Reverend Bizarre, in the sense that we wanted to make music that could only be called doom metal. That was the starting point. But of course, things have advanced a lot since then.
Yeah. And
But that was the starting point.
and what inspired? Was it just the Reverend Bizarre, or were there other factors who inspired you to?
They were the entry to the band list they had in the directory sleeve. Of course, from there you're gonna find. I had heard, of course, Candlemass, Black Sabbath, the biggest names. But then Trouble, Saint Vitus, Witchfinder General, Solitude, Eternus. Also, Minotaur, Spiritus Mortis, the Finnish bands were important. Like Count Raven. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Mirror of Deception.
Yeah, they actually played like Mirror of Deception, Count Raven, and Reverend Bizarre played together in Karja.
Pub Norris.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that show, but I remember it from the Hell Ride.
Yeah,
times.
I was there.
I remember all these fucking shows that Reverend Bizarre did. My biggest regret, I saw Reverend Bizarre 11 times,
Hmm.
but I never saw the Friends of Hell. They're just more this. It's now a band we can tour with anytime we want, basically. But I never saw Minotaur live.
Shit.
That pisses me off. I never saw the Friends of Hell.
Hey, let's do like Cardinals Folly at Jorojaji, and let's try to have at least
Yeah.
one Arska
Let's send a
band.
message to Honkonen that do a Minotaur revival just for this one show. I
Yeah.
can play bass. We can find a drummer.
Mm.
What the fuck? It's the idea of the century.
Yeah, he can't back off from this opportunity. Like,
I think it's very easy for him to back off.
but the Joroinen statue is like a small boy holding a bull. It's like symbolizing a little bit the Minotaur.
You know what I think?
Mm.
I think the reason why Arska hasn't reincarnated Minotaur is that nobody's been talking to him like this.
Mm.
Nobody's been. Maybe somebody's told him that once a year at some fucking skinhead festival,
Yeah.
but it's a different thing.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're like offering yourself, like I would play bass for you, and I have this drummer who's going to score these songs easily.
Yeah.
Maybe he would do it.
Yeah, because Orkku has said for quite some time. I'm speaking of Lord Orgasmatron.
I know you.
Well, but everybody might not know who's listening.
So nobody knows the Master of Metal War.
Yeah, and Evil Angel frontman and many other bands.
Yeah.
So anyway, he was saying that he's had this vision to have Arska Fest where each of Arska's projects are performing.
I think I've talked about this same idea after some very drunken sauna evening.
Yeah.
But probably Orkku is the guy to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so
But actually, this is one life goal to make Minotaur play again live in Joronialki with Cardinals Folly.
yeah, exactly. So Avo wouldn't
be
go
like
bankrupt and Doom would.
If we can't do anything else, let's make all record labels and bars go bankrupt.
Exactly. Yeah. So what else inspired you? Was there like always like affection towards horror movies or novelty?
Well, I sort of combined them all together back then, like doom metal, hammer horror films, not just hammer, but all the classic horror stuff. Pulp literature like Robert E. Howard, even like Philip K. Dick, Dennis Wheatley, H.P. Lovecraft, obviously. I sort of bound this all together. It was like from this. Also, it's like most of these authors, directors, have died already. When I found this stuff, so it feels like a trace from a forgotten world. Not forgotten, but something that's kind of underground.
Yeah.
And like brewing there, but when you're too much into this stuff, it sort of makes you an outsider.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
Even if you're not particularly an outsider in society in every sort of word, every sense of the word. But like this is, especially if you look at metal nowadays, it's all about everybody trying to fit in, trying to look in the promo pictures like they're from fucking H&M catalog, shit like that, sounding the same, talking about huge inspiration, where in the end they're just trying to fit into some thing because a record label told them that if you don't do this, we're not going to be able to sell your fucking vinyls because it's 2026 and it's not easy to sell vinyls.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, so something I appreciate about myself is that I have followed my own vision. We didn't make a compromise. We stick to what we think is real metal, and we still do. Even though the music has advanced, but we didn't jump on any bullshit wagons.
Yeah. And
I
like,
never will.
yeah, and like the metal bands that take inspiration from mythologies and so on, it's like, I guess most of them like when they actually know stuff about it, like is it's not about giving history lessons. It's about something that is happening all the time in metaphysical, in other dimensions, like ancient strategies. They are not something that has happened in a certain time in history. They are in a metaphysical way happening all the time.
Well, I kind of like history lesson bands, to be honest.
Mm.
I love ancient rites.
Yeah.
Yeah, for an example.
That was actually like when I went to first time in Numirok. It was 2003. I was
I wasn't there.
18 years old. I went there like us
And you saw.
Helsinki guys going to the hillbilly land.
Yeah,
and
but it's a
we
nice-
see ancient rites there.
Fuck you, because I've seen them a couple times in Belgium, but I only went to Numerok when it was 2004. 1 year later, and there was Morbid Angel and Primordial. At least Morbid Angel.
Yeah, I was that year too.
But it was
I
1 year
remember.
late because I would have fucking loved to see Ancient Rites there.
I remember Morbid Angel 2004.
Yeah.
But
They sounded like shit though, but whatever. Open air is never that good.
Yeah, and it's a pity like 2007 Virgin Steel was there, which is one of my.
I was then too.
Oh.
I've seen Dissection in Numero the summer before Nerdvade killed himself.
Oh.
We were in the front row like, the spell was cast, the sky turned red, the angel's heart froze to ice, and then the guitar went
Wow.
And it was hot summer, but we were wearing leather jackets in the front row. That's probably my best Numero memory.
And also Numerok has gone to shit by now.
Of course. Yeah, they have some smaller bands, but it's kind of like Tuska Festival redneck version, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm still waiting for
The area is still the same though. You can have your own tent and you can drown in the mud if it's raining and wake up from there. I remember in Numerok once, I woke up like at noon after passing out at 6 and I didn't make it to the fucking tent. I passed out outside. So the sun was fucking burning me all the time I was passed out. My skin was coming off, you know, like you pass out 6 hours in the fucking direct sunlight. There are nicer things to pass out to.
Yeah, that's the feeling I got from going to festivals a lot in my early 20s. Like this sensation, the skin is drying out. You're scratching your hair.
Yeah.
You wish to go to proper shower but you can't. Sometimes these festivals were in Germany where there is no lake or anything. So this is why I was like 24 years old. I was like, now I'm stopping alcohol. And then it lasted like
3 days.
no, like 5 years or so that time. But well, anyway, like it's another story, and we don't want to go there. But yeah, that like you didn't understand. You should drink water also when you're drinking alcohol at festivals.
This is the reason I'm still drinking. I understood 2 things. You should drink water, you should eat, and you should sleep. 3 things, sorry,
Yeah.
not 2
You
things.
should emphasize these three.
Yeah. If you sleep, drink water, and eat, the whole drinking business is a whole different story. Okay. Advice to all you 16-year-old metalheads watching this: when you get to our age, do this.
Yeah, as they have in the World Cup hydration break, like alcohol doesn't.
Do they actually have that?
Yeah. There's around 22, 23 minutes. In the midway through each half, they have a hydration break. And in the final, they will have like the halftime show, like they have in Super Bowl. Like who's gonna perform? I'm not aware. Probably it's not gonna be any proper.
Donald Trump singing the national anthem.
Maybe John Schaefer's Sons of Liberty.
I think Donald Trump singing the national anthem would be good because it might be even worse than the Naked Gun. Remember?
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen doing, oh, say, can you see
Yeah.
by the northerly light?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, and as I mentioned,
And the rockets in the air, and the bombs, and the flare, they pure were. Yeah, what do we say?
Yeah, as I mentioned, John Schaefer's Sons of Liberty, I should actually say he's come to his senses after this Capitol Hill thing, and he had to serve time. Now when he's coming back from the prison, he is maybe come to more to his senses, so he's not so much pro-Trump guy anymore, so sorry to mislead you.
I think most of them are not going to be that pro-Trump once this 4-year period is over.
Yeah, but okay, I guess we covered most of the stuff. Maybe we could cover more, but the battery is running low and all. The Japan, I
Now
guess.
we should crawl to the camera, really, like really close, like.
Okay.
What's the name of the show?
Shadow Striker.
Keep watching Shadow Striker. It's full of great content.
Yeah.
This was Mikko from Cardinals Folly. Fuck you. Bye.